Hey, Shalom Akim. This is Yabatazah here with GMS Here's Hired Servants. I just want to jump into this article. I fell across it with the brother Yashawamba up in the Dallas camp. I just wanted to share something that kind of just made me think, and I just want to jump into that. But this is an article from the Daily Sheeple. All right, which is today's the date right here, December 13th, 2016. All right. Basically, it says the title. This really just happened. House passed bill allowing government to microchip citizens with mental disabilities. Okay, and you go into it, man. You read it. It's basically just talking about. It's leaning more towards the medical field. You know what I'm saying? Like, people with mental disabilities. Like right here, it says the editors note this: while this quietly passed under the guise of helping parents and guardians of children and adults with developmental disabilities and autism, you can clearly see where this program can be abused by the authoritarians in power, so forth and so on. But it says they didn't put this program under the control of the Department of Health and Human Services. They put it under the control of the Department of Justice. But basically, that's what they're targeting. They're targeting with people that have mental issues, that are deemed, basically they're unfit. They could be dangerous, to themselves and things of that nature. All right, and right there, you got the picture. Y'all can go through it and read it. But there's this one thing what caught my attention towards the end of the article. And it brought up a couple chapters from the book of Acts. After reading this, it says right here. Let me see. I'll start at. It says right here, though the bill specifically mentions those with Alzheimer's and autism, how long before these tracking programs are extended to those with ADHD and bipolar disorder, among other officially recognized disorders? Even the dislike of authority, this is where I wanted to bring out, even the dislike of authority is considered a mental disorder known as oppositional defiant disorder, which could also warrant microchipping in the future. And this is what they want to control, Akim, is that they don't like the fact that the men of the Lord are at opposition against their government, against their whole system. Basically, it's not even about. I mean, it's about the way they're corrupt and things of that nature. But it's the spirit it's governing the earth. Is a spirit of Antichrist. That's what we're defined against. All right, and that's what the Most High it requires of a man of the Lord is to have that zeal. You know what I'm saying? To rise up against the evildoers, I'm quoting from the book of Psalms. Who shall rise up for me against the evildoers? Okay, so that's what I wanted to get in with this article. But like I said, brothers, it's basically talking about the mark of the beast, the chip, the RFID chip, and basically they're using the sick, the mentally challenged as a footstool. But right here, like I read, even the dislike of authority is considered a mental disorder known as oppositional defiant disorder, which could also warrant microchipping in the future. And when I read that, what came back to my attention, was during the time in the book of Acts, with Acts chapter 4, when the apostles were preaching in the name of Yahweh Shai. All right, and the Sadducees, they basically were against it. Okay, but this is what we had to keep that in mind, is that we had to stand firm and true to the doctrine, man. Even if it means our life or our death, it means our life. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay true to the cause. Because when you come into this thing, you were to have counted the cost. All right, knowing that you're gonna go through all these different things. Okay, that you were gonna get touched, that you are gonna be touched, that you are gonna be singled out, that you are gonna be cussed out and threatened and curses put on you by people that work on the left hand side and things of that nature. You know, people trying to spy out your liberty and things of that nature. You know, but this is all coming out, man. It's about to come forth, man. And this is what we make the videos to edify one another. All right. The water to Yashawama for bringing this out, man, because, it's not only just going to affect us, it's going to affect all, everybody, man, our loved ones. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we're ultimately, we're doing this for the elect, but also we're doing it for those that we love. All right. And Lord will, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to redeem them, and keep them in safety. Okay. Because they're coming after us, man. All right, that's who they're coming after. Is the men of the Lord, just like the Pharisees and the scribes. Who were they out to destroy and kill, man? And they were using who? The government, Pontius Pilate, or the Roman Empire to do that. And Esau, he wanted to do it, But that's what I wanted to bring out in this article, man. Like I said right there, even the dislike of authority is considered a mental disorder known as oppositional defiant disorder, because that's why they want to put the chip, is because they want to gain control of everybody. All right, they want to control your thoughts. All right, how you live, how you think, how you your mannerisms, things of that nature. And Esau hates that. He hates the fact that there's certain men out there that are zealous, man, for truth. That are zealous for righteousness. Okay? And he's going to use that as his pedestal, you know what I'm saying, to try to come after us, to say that we're anti-government, we're a threat to the United States and things of that nature. When all we do is preach the word, man. We're just letting you know what's coming, man. The one that's gonna do the things that we're speaking to the Spirit is the Lord, the Creator of all things. He's the one that's that opposition against you, and you're being defiant. All right, and you're gonna there's a mark being set upon you. Okay, while you're over here trying to plot upon us and upon our families and things of that nature, the Most High got you marked too. Don't think that you're gonna escape, man, because you're not, man. All right, you're the one that's truly at an opposition of defiance towards the Most High and the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, but I wanted to bring that out, brothers. You know what I'm saying? It's at the dailysheeple.com, I guess. You know what I'm saying? It's right there on the screen. My brothers can check it out. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and jump into the scriptures. This is in the book of Acts, chapter 4, chapter 1, verse 1, Salakia. But I'm going to jump around, man, so just bear with me. This is Acts chapter 4, verse 1. It says, And as they spake unto the people, the priests and the captain of the temple and the Sadducees came upon them, being grieved that they taught the people and preached through Yahushua the resurrection from the dead. Right, so they were pissed off that they were speaking about Yahweh Shai, man, that you could receive salvation, that he will deliver you from your oppressors, but wait on him, repent, get right, conduct yourself in an appropriate, wise, full manner, and they hated that, and those Sadducees, really, they were just a bunch of atheists. Which is it's in Salakia. Acts chapter 23. Acts chapter 23. Let me go ahead and bring that out. Acts chapter 23, just to prove that them Sadducees, they were nothing but a bunch of atheists, man. Okay. Let me see where it's at. Salakia, give me a second, Akim. Khan. This is Acts chapter 23 and verse 8. Or I'll start at verse 6. But when Paul perceived that the one part were Sadducees and the other Pharisees, he cried out in the council, Men and brethren, I am a Pharisee, the son of a Pharisee, of the hope and resurrection of the dead. I am called in question. And when he had so said, there arose a decision between the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and the multitude was divided. For the Sadducees say that there is no resurrection, neither angel nor spirit, but the Pharisees confess both. So the Sadducees, they're basically the atheists, man. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in no higher power. They believe in themselves, basically. Okay? And Paul was in questioning for what? Preaching in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. So these men were out to kill. All right? And they were using, Caesar as a pedestal, as a footstool to kill them. Okay? Because why? Because they were at opposition against all what they preached. The wicked Pharisees and the wicked Sadducees. All right? Pursuant to Matthew chapter 23, when Yahweh Shai rebuked them himself. Okay? But basically, that's what it's leading to, man. Okay? Let me go back to Acts chapter 4. Verse 2. Basically, that was the whole point from this chapter on to chapter 5, them giving the apostles hell because they were speaking in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Let's get to the points. I'm gonna jump down to verse 13. Okay, because like I said, the Sadducees and things of that nature, they were pissed off because they were healing. They believed in they were preaching the resurrection of the dead. All right, meaning that the Israelites were going to be reborn to the Spirit, made alive all over again, and how Yahweh Shai, was put to death and resurrected and was ascended back into the heavens. Okay, they were against that. Acts chapter 4 verse 13, it says, Now when they saw the boldness of Peter and of John, and perceived that they were unlearned and ignorant men, they marveled, and they took knowledge of them that they had been with Yahweh Shai. See, and that's how these elites are. They know that us that are on the highways and the byways, that we have that we're supping with, that Yahweh Shai is supping with us. Okay, that Yahweh Shai, that we are with Yahweh Shai, Lord will, part of the elect. But in their eyes, they see us, regardless, they're going to see us as enemies. Because we're out there preaching, we're out there pushing, we're out there exposing things and edifying our people. And that's how they look at it, that we're unlearned, ignorant, but we're not though, man. We're rich. We're rich with faith. And having received these breakdowns and the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that was poured out to us from the elders. Okay? But like I said, in verse 13, and they took knowledge of them. See, and they're taking, they have us in their minds, man. They have who? What I'm saying, us, I'm talking about the men that are on the highways and the byways preaching in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai and condemning this place. But at the same time, we're speaking of mercy and forgiveness to the elect. Okay? But in their minds, they see that as opposition, a defiancy, or a oppositional defiant disorder. Okay? So they think that we're mentally disordered, we're mentally ill. They even told Yahweh Shai that he had a devil. They said that he was a madman. So how much more us? And it goes into saying verse 14, and beholding the man which was healed standing with them, they could say nothing against it, right? Because they healed that man. So there's nothing they can say against it. They're like, man, this is obvious that the Lord's dealing with them. Just like they're seeing all the fruit that the elders are bearing. It's an obvious work that's being performed by the Spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. So in their minds, they're going to they need something to where they're going to use it as a pedestal to push that chip upon those, because we are coming in righteousness. There's no guile found in our mouth. We're going to speak upright. But what they want at the end of the day is they want us to what's the word? To deny Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And some are. But the elect aren't. It's impossible that the very elect shall be deceived. Okay, it says verse 15. But when they had commanded them to go aside out of the council, they conferred among themselves, saying, what shall we do to these men? For that for that for that indeed a notable miracle hath been done by them, is manifest to all them that dwell in Jerusalem, and we cannot deny it. Right? They couldn't deny it. All right. So they needed to find some other way, something else to pin something on them, right? Because they can't deny that we're speaking the truth out in the highways and the byway. We bringing up the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It was the knowledge and wisdom was poured out to us from the elders. You know, we go into history, you know, things of that nature. They can't deny them things. They can't deny that this corporation, America's a corporation, and they're feeding us nothing but GMO food, fake food, genetic modified organisms, Salakia, you know, feeding us human remains, you know, animal, different abominable animal meat, you know, so forth and so on, man. Fluorides in the water. You got chlorine in the water, you know. Certain poisonous metals are found in the water. You know, it's a countless. There's countless things to be named that Esau is accountable for. So let's see what they're gonna pick up. It says in verse 17. Let's see what they're gonna say next to try to continue to mess with the apostles. It says, but that it spread no further among the people, let us straightly threaten them, that they speak henceforth to no man in this name. So that's what their whole agenda is. Esau, in our time today, they want this to stop, man. They're trying to do everything to try to keep Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and the angels from coming back. That's why you got them trying to go out into outer space and the depths of the earth and the waters, you know, and counting the stars and things of this nature, trying to do all these different things that is impossible for him to do, because what is it found in the book of Jeremiah? Yahweh Shai, or Jeremiah 31 and 35, it says, thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by night, and the ordinances of the moon and the stars for a light by night, that divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar, the Lord of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. Right. So he's trying in all his power to try to accomplish these things, man. You know? So he knows that he can't do those things. He can't find out the depths of the ocean and the heavens. So what he's gonna try to do next? He's gonna try to take Israel out, man. Himself. You can't do that, man. There's too many of us. And the elect is hidden in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? Okay? But that's basically what they were doing in the time of the apostles, man. I mean, they weren't trying to chip them, but they were trying to get them to instill fear into their hearts to where they're going to deny the faith. You know? Because it's going to get into what they're doing to them. And they said, let's threaten them. You know? Esau's been threatening. You know? You know, saying he shuts down brothers' accounts and things of that nature, or they may harass you in your own city and town. You know, they spy on us. You know, but it says in Acts chapter 4, start at verse 17 again. But that it spread no more further among the people, let us straightly threaten them, that they speak henceforth to no man in this name. And they called them and commanded them not to speak at all, nor teach in the name of Yahweh Shai. Right, because Yahweh Shai told us that we're going to be brought up to counselors in the synagogues and things of that nature, and take no thought or worry about what you're going to speak. You know, for the Spirit will move. Basically, roughly paraphrasing, I think it's in Luke chapter 21. All right, where you can find that at. It says, verse 19, but Peter and John answered and said unto them, whether it be right in the sight of God to hearken unto you more than unto God, judge ye. Salaki, let me read it again. Acts chapter 4, verse 19. But Peter and John answered and said unto them, whether it be right in the sight of God to hearken unto you more than unto the Yahweh, judge ye. For we cannot but speak the things which we have seen and heard. Right. Because, you know, and it's the truth, man. We can't, you know, all we can do is speak the truth. All right. I mean, there's guys out there that know the truth and they're liars still. You know what I'm saying? But we got to speak. We love truth. That's the difference between the elect and the 2/3 is that the elect, they want truth, man. They want to be delivered. All right. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 8. It says, "For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth." Right. So we're gonna speak. We're gonna speak the truth, man. You know, and that's what Peter and John were saying. You know, that verse 20 it says, "For we cannot but speak the things which we have seen and heard," because they had the spirit of Antichrist on them, man. Just like today, these 2/3 the spirit of Antichrist, these Edomites, the politicians, these world leaders, these other nations outside of Yasha Allah, they're a bunch of atheists, man. They're a bunch of Antichrist. Okay. But the elect, they can't do nothing but speak the truth, man. Of what? Of what they heard and seen when they were with Yahweh Shai. We don't have Yahweh Shai with us physically, but it's in the spirit, man. Spiritually, he's supping with us. Spiritually, he's in within the elders and certain or you know, Lord will, all the brothers that are pushing the word on the streets, man. But that's how the Lord comes and visits us too. That's how we know Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai exists, because he has a monument here on the earth, which is his elect, showing you that he still exists and he's coming back, man. Okay, but it says in Acts 4:20, "For we cannot but speak the things which we have seen and heard." All right, and that's just what it is, man. And they hate that. They hate the fact that it's that way. Okay, but we're gonna keep pushing this truth, and so forth and so on. And this is what, when you keep doing the work, you're basically you're covering yourself, man, through the spirit, the blood of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, the spirit from these coming times, man. The RFID chip, martial law, the famine. Okay. Verse 21. So when they had further threatened them, they let them go, finding nothing how that they might punish them because of the people. For all men glorified Yahweh for that which was done. Right. So now they're going to try to come up with other ways, man. You know, lies. They're going to try to bear false witness, things like that. Just like they did Yahweh Shai. You know. So there was nothing that they could do. But in this time, Esau is going to pursue the men of the Lord with great wrath, man. Why? Because we obey his commandments, and we have the testimony of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, the one in the book of Revelations. All right. In the book of Revelations 12 and 17. "And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of Yahweh and have the testimony of Yahweh Shai Mashiach." So that's what they're going to do, man. Okay. Let me go ahead and read down. Let me see where else I want to continue to read off of in the book of Acts. Salaki, give me 1 second to look right here in the sword. Okay. Let me see. I'll start at verse 20. Well, basically that's it. You know what I'm saying? Let me jump down to the Acts chapter 5. You know, because it continues on to that next chapter. Let me go to Acts chapter 5, verse 17. All right, it says, "Then the high priest rose up, and all they that were with him, which is the sect of the Sadducees, and were filled with indignation, and laid their hands on the apostles, and put them in the common prison. But the angel of the Lord by night opened the prison doors and brought them forth and said, go stand and speak in the temple to the people all the words of this life. Right, and that's what we do, because nothing's going to stop the word from coming out. Lord will, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ratazah, it's going to be coming out until Shiloh come. All right, until this place is made desolate. Okay, verse 21. And when they heard that, they entered into the temple early in the morning and taught. But the high priest came, and they were with him, and they that were with him, and called the council together and all the senate of the children of Israel, and sent to the prison to have them brought. But when the officers came and found them not in the prison, they returned and told, saying, the prison truly found we shut with all safety, and the keeper standing without before the doors, but we had opened, we found no man within. Right, because Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai delivered them. That nothing was going to hold them. Nothing was going to hold the gospel from being pushed out. All right. It says, verse 24, now when the high priest and the captain of the temple and the chief priest heard these things, they doubted of them whereunto this would grow. Then came one and said and told them, saying, behold, the men whom you put in prison are standing in the temple and teaching the people. Then went the captain with the officers and brought them without violence, for they feared the people, lest they should have been stoned. And when they had brought them, they set before them the council, and the high priest asked them, saying, did not we straitly command you that you should not teach in this name? And behold, ye have filled Jerusalem with your doctrine, and attended to bring this man's blood upon us. See, and they saw that as being defiant. The apostles were being at opposition against what they had commanded them to do. But what did Peter tell them? He says that we can't do nothing but speak the truth. Basically, he was saying we rather obey God and men. And that's what's going to get into here in Acts chapter 5. Now he's going to tell them plain and clearly, because earlier in the chapter 4 he was telling them right here in Acts chapter 4 verse 20 says, for we cannot but speak the things which we have seen and heard. Okay. And that's how it is with us to this very day, because they had the spirit of Antichrist. Just like Esau today, they had the spirit of Antichrist. It's not just one man. All right. That's a false doctrine. It's a group of people, man. Okay. Before I go any further on that, I want to bring out, see where I left off. Was it Acts chapter 5, verse 28. All right, Salaki, hope I can remember that. Let me go to 1 John, and I'll start at chapter 2 and verse 18. All right, it says, little children, it is the last time, and as ye have heard that Antichrist should come, even now are there many Antichrists, whereby ye know that it is the last time. Right, so we know we're in the last days, man, where Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is going to make his grand entrance to redeem Yasha'Allah and ultimately destroy this wicked kingdom known as America, all right, Babylon, Egypt, and Sodom. Okay, verse 19. They went out from us, but they were not of us, for if they had been of us, they would no doubt have continued with us, but they went out that they might be made manifest that they were not all of us, because not all Israel is Israel. You got 2/3 that are not of the elect. All right, verse 20. But ye have an unction from the Holy One, and ye know all things. Verse 21. I have not written unto you because you know not the truth, but because you know it, and that no lie is of the truth. Just like Paul said, he said, I cannot speak but the truth. You know, which if he didn't do that, his job, he would be a liar, man. He would be destroyed. But it says, verse 21, verse 22, who is a liar but he that denieth that Yahweh Shai is the HaMashiach? He is Antichrist that denieth the Father and the Son. Verse 23, whoever denieth the Son, the same had not the Father, but he that acknowledgeth the Son hath the Father also. Let that therefore abide in you, which you have heard from the beginning, right? Just like it said in Acts, right? That let me go ahead and get it right here from the sword, saying the same thing, man. It's the Spirit, and that's what they hate, man. They hate the Yahweh Shai, man. They hate his elect, the sons of the Most High. Okay, this is Acts chapter 5. See. Acts chapter 5, verse 28. Salakia, give me 1 second. Acts chapter 25 and verse 8, it says, saying, did not we straightly command you that you should not teach in this name? And behold, ye have filled Jerusalem with your doctrine, and intend to bring this man's blood upon us. Right? Salakia, Acts chapter 4, verse 20. For we cannot but speak the things which we have seen and heard. Okay? And it says right here, 1 John chapter 2, verse 24. Let that therefore abide in you, which ye have heard from the beginning, which is what? The word, man. The Spirit. If that which ye have heard from the beginning shall remain in you, ye also shall continue in the Son and in the Father. That's why Paul, Peter, and the apostles, they continued all the way till what? Till death. Strive for the truth till death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. But guess what? The apostles are back now. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to see the Yahweh Shai return, man. He that endureth to the end shall be saved. Why? Because they remain faithful. They didn't deny Yahweh Shai or Yahweh. Verse 25. And this is the promise that he hath promised us, even eternal life. These things have I written unto you concerning them that seduce you. Right. And that's this thing, that article, when he says that even those that dislike authority are basically at oppositional defiant disorder. Basically, they're saying you have a mental disorder, man, because you dislike the authorities that are at hand. All right, but it's the wickedness, man. It's the wickedness that's behind it. It's the left hand side of wickedness that's behind this, man. About Esau, man. You know, but Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is gonna take care of the elect. Okay. Let me go back to the book of Acts, chapter 5, verse 28. All right. It says, saying, did not we straightly command you that you should not teach in this name? And behold, ye have filled Jerusalem with your doctrine, and intend to bring this man's blood upon us. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey Yahweh rather than men. All right. And they hate that, man. They hate that. They see that as being defiant, as being rebellious, as being insubordinate. All right. And they want to try to write us up. They want to try to imprison us, you know, put us in prisons, into jail, things of that nature, and ultimately to chip you, man. All right. Because that hour of temptation is coming, which is that scripture I'm going to bring out here in a little bit. But basically, let me keep reading down to verse 31. It says, then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey Yahweh rather than men. The power of our fathers raised up Yahweh Shai, whom you slew and hanged on a tree. Him hath Yahweh exalted with his right hand, to be a prince and a savior, for to give repentance to Israel and forgiveness of sins. So that's what we're looking for, man. We want to be delivered out of this hell. Okay? Because no man could bring salvation. Okay? Esau can't, nobody can except for Yahweh Shai, which he already did. It's going to manifest itself, right, you know, in the future coming, and it's coming close, man. Okay? Basically, they ended up being beaten anyways. Let me go ahead and bring that out in Acts chapter 5, verse 40. It says, verse 40, and to him they agreed, right, after they heard out a Gamaliel, which he was a Pharisee, all right, and he told him, he gave him wise counsel. Hey man, take heed what you do with these men, lest you find yourself fighting against the Most High. You know, if it's not of the Most High, it will come to naught. So they agreed to him, right, and to him they agreed, and when they had called the apostles and beaten them, they commanded that they should not speak in the name of Yahushai, and let them go. See, you know, and then the elders, they've been pushing this word and this name for 30 plus years, man. You know, and everything that happened in 9/11, they were apprehended, you know, for whatever reasons. But the point was that they were attacking the elders because they were speaking according to the scriptures, prophecy of a coming destruction. All right, in the name of Yahushai. Okay, but they weren't to be touched, and Yahushai delivered them from that. Okay, but you know, the scriptures say that he that hateth his brother is a murderer. So they did actually beat the elders, man. You know, they took them from the comfort of their home and put them in a place of hopelessness. But what they didn't know is that they had hope, man. You know, Yahweh Shem Yahushai was with them. And that's how we have to have the same attitude, man. Because this thing is coming for real, man. You know, look what they said in that article, man. Those that dislike authority are considered mentally disabled or mentally disturbed, and they call it oppositional, or to be oppositional defiant disorder, man. You know, that's what they're calling it. You know, and it says verse 40, and they departed from the presence of the council, rejoicing that they were counted worthy to suffer shame for his name, and daily in the temple and in every house they ceased not to teach and preach Yahushua Mashiach. See, and that's what they hate, man. They hate the fact that they don't have the power of fear over us anymore, man. That we're gonna keep pushing the word until Yahweh Shem Yahushua returns, man. Lord will, for part of the elect, you're gonna do the work until the end, man. But until then, prepare yourself. You gotta be in prayer, man, because that chip is gonna come. That martial law is gonna come, man. Okay. And the last scripture I want to bring out is in the book of Revelations, chapter 3, verse 10. All right. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right. And that's that chip, man. That's that mark of the beast, the RFID chip. Small as it's the size of a rice grain, man. And they're going to inject it into your arm, anywhere in your body they see fit. All right. Don't matter. All right. You take that chip, you're done, man. You ultimately gave yourself over to Satan, man. All right. But Yahweh Shai is telling us in the spirit that if we keep his patience suffering, we suffer and we endure, we will be kept from the hour of temptation. Okay. And it's coming on upon the whole earth to try, man. But you know, I hope it was edifying, Akim. You know, I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to you brothers out there doing the work of sincerity and truth. Keep pushing, keep fighting, man. Because we're almost out of here, man. Until next time, I want to say shalom.